So I'm always interested in what Buddy Emmons does. And this is a clip from him playing with Frenchie Burke, the fiddle player. And you can see what his genius is, just staying at one fret, playing. He's playing an F, and he just stays at the 8th fret, pedals down, and takes a really interesting break with just a few notes. So we're going to listen to what he did here on this Colinda, and after we do that, maybe we'll see if we can figure out how he played it, and I think I figured it out. Then we can talk a little bit about the technique that's needed to play it as fast as he did. So we're going to run through the whole thing and not too fast, and then we'll break it down. So we're just going to start at the beginning of this break, and it starts on the 4th string. And then to the 5th. So that's 4, and then pedal on the 5th. Then the 4th. That's pedaling off and on, and then hitting the 4th again. So, and then we're going to pedal off the 5th again. And then off and on the B pedal. And then that's just the 5th and the 6th. Pedaling on and off the B pedal. Then the 7th, then the 8th. And then we're going to do this run up. That's just 8, 7, 6, B pedal, 5, B pedal, 6, 7, and then start to do the same little run again. And then back to the 6th string. Then hit the 4th, then the 6th, pedal off the 6th, then 7 and 8, and then the last lick is on the 4th and 5th. I got the A pedal in, and then I'm letting it off, then hit 6 with the pedal on, then 7, then 6, pedal on. Okay, so there's some little technical things I'd like to point out that help me to play this, and one is this you have to use, well, I use only 2 fingers when I play these runs. I use the thumb in the middle. And so there's 4 strings involved, so I use a crossing pattern here. So you start at 8. So it's thumb, middle on the 7th. Then cross over, hit the 6th string. Then the 5th. And going the other way, it's the same way. 5, 6, pedal off, 7. So I'm crossing over between the 6th and the 7th. And the other thing that's important is to move the bar back as you go lower. Notice that if I go back, if I go back to a string that I've already hit but I moved off, it'll just be dead. Those strings won't ring if you move the bar back. So that's a good thing to practice. Start slow with the metronome and then just work your way up in speed. And then the only variation there is instead of hitting 5, he hits 4. And that little lick at the end. And then it modulates back to A, so he goes to, I guess that's E flat, and then to E, which is the 5 chord for the A, and then it goes back to A. So, once again. And that's the whole thing. The only trick is getting it fast, and I can't even do that. I can get it up to about 185, 190 or something, and then it starts falling apart for me, but that's what was so great about Emmons. He had flawless technique, and one thing I found is the more relaxed you can keep your shoulders and your hands and your arms, the faster you can play. It's just a matter of practice. You guys are younger than I am. You'll be able to get it up to speed, I'm sure. So one thing I forgot to mention is if you don't want to do the crossing pattern, you can do it a different way. It's just a slide on 7. It's faster. But that's not what Emmons did, so I'm pretty sure he was crossing over there. I recorded a little more up-tempo version of this with a backing track, and I'm not going to try to sync it up, but I'll play it for you over this video. So that's it. You can play around with it. You don't have to play it exactly the way he did. Good the way to experiment is to play around with those different runs and string them together in different ways. I'll have some tab up here pretty soon on my website, sbenzine.com.